Hey, Niktana here, and here is the first video that was actually supposed to be the first video of this channel, but I thought an introduction was necessary. So, way back when I had the idea of redrawing or at least updating my Fursona, I thought, you know what, I'm going to record this piece for a future art video. And that's where I said in the intro video, it's like this channel had been planned for a while, or at least something more artsy, so I had an outlet to do more of it. And I thought this was going to be a big piece, like one of my biggest like projects in a while, and it was necessary that I kind of used it as I would say a pretty good example of where I currently am as an artist, because it combines so many elements of my my styles and just things I've been doing. I've noticed some changes, but we'll get into that with other videos. There's some things I don't particularly do anymore that I actually do miss a little bit. They're just little details that I did notice I just don't seem to do anymore, but that's the evolution of art. I wanted to just use this time to sort of go about the process a little bit. And right now I'm doing the line art. I don't generally showcase too much of my blue line or my skeletons or that sort of process, because I do like to keep a little bit of mystery, mainly to not give away all of my my techniques, I guess you could say. So there's that little bit of mystery that makes you kind of wonder what I did. Just, you know, I think every artist has can benefit a little bit from just a tad bit of mystery for their process that, you know, that makes them unique. And with all the like AI shit and stuff right now, I'm even more weary than I was a few years ago. But yeah, no, doing the line art, I'm doing the fucking like the clothing parts of it, and like so I'm pretty much doing the outline of the whole piece. So this process I was doing a lot more to sort of be able to quickly fill in. And I do like doing a stylistic choice of doing a heavy outline, but then making all of the like the stuff inside a variable of like dark lines or lighter lines to kind of add a little bit more variety in the types of shading and execution and softening and texturing in the final product, which you'll see later on. So as you can see, this is pretty much what happens when everything is gone. Oh shit. It's just the outer outline. And that part, I don't really know what to say much about it. I kind of already explained it, but just to showcase it with the next like little bit of the clips that are coming up. Right now I'm erasing the foot because that I misjudged, or at least didn't like how long the back leg was. It looked really off to me, and the hoof and just I'm very, very anal when it comes to some things. I do things very stylistic, so I'm not trying to achieve realism. Stylization is key, but there's still that proportion part of it that kind of was like, I'm not mixing with this one. So now we're getting to the tedious part. That is when I do use a fill tool. And it's funny, like there was an artist and she even said like a fill tool, like with how I do line art and stuff, the fill tool will probably not work well for me, which she was actually right, which is why I started doing it this way, with just doing the outline first, and then just tediously filling in every little crack and crevice. So now going in a little bit deeper, which is doing the arm, and hands are of course always fun, but that's another rant for another day. I do actually like doing like wrappings and like little, like I'm very like high detail when I do things, which kind of is a double-edged sword, because there are some styles that just don't look great with like hyper amounts of like little detail and scratchiness and like what I'm doing right here. But it's just something that, like, again, I was trying to do pretty much a chimera, which is my Fursona, but in symbolism, a chimera of all of my styles and techniques into one to showcase it to the best of my ability, showcase where I'm at as an artist currently. Oh, the braid. The braids. God. I used to draw braids quite often. But I feel like I did them better. Like I had a better method. But for this one, I was trying to. I think I was trying to just do more scratchiness to it and not make it so blunt because I wanted it to frame, but I was so scared to over detail it and make it because it's supposed to be like white. It's supposed to be like the top or the front portion of the hair color, and too much of my stylized version of the fucking braid with doing like dark lines, like line work in it, does take away from the subtlety of the white, which can really make it look too bold. So now we have all of it filled in. I've pretty much done all of the baseline art and stuff. So you can see with the floof, I went with a lighter gray, or well, it's a dark gray, but it's lighter than the line art that I use all over the other place because I wanted to make sure I textured the fur a certain way and made it like not so bound by the darkness of the other lines, and at least keep it dark enough to where it blended against the dark lines within the main frame of the other lines, to especially when it comes to flesh or fur, because I like how it looks a little bit more. Just how it comes out during the rendering or the finished product. And of course I'm doing the chest, which is always so fun. I enjoy shading and trying to get the booba, if you will, to be to be plump and to actually be contoured correctly. I kind of like to get it out of the way first because it shows me how I'm going to shade the rest of it if I kind of have like the center point for a reference. But a lot of it is just tedious work of filling in certain parts for the layers. Because I mean, I'm already at fucking layer 57 by this point. So now we're getting close. All of the flat base colors are here. So I do this first because then I can texture everything and have fun with it. But yeah, no, it's hard not to want to shade and render everything in real time, like because I'll have like the vision for it, but I need to make sure that I just save everything. So I just like put all the flat colors and then realize I got to do my shadowing, then my highlights, and the material sort of shine or what have you, and just put the details in. Patience is key because I do like to get ahead of myself, and I'm already noticing like I'm in the 100 part, like 100 layer area already. So funny story of the scaly arm. So I didn't really know what to do for my Fursona. I felt a little furry. I felt a little scaly. I do like goats. I like cats, and I like dragons. So I kind of just went for the chimera because I also like the idea of chimeras in just many senses of like fiction, fantasy, and so on. I like that the idea of not just one thing, but just sort of the mix of many things, and the carrying over the characteristics in sort of this enchanting sort of horror, like Frankenstein kind of this feeling of like many pieces put together to make the being. So I was like, I'm gonna go with a like scaly goat cat. And of course, because I wanted to go like more traditional chimera in the fantasy sense, I went with the snake tail. And then Sumna is what I named him after because I'm a big Gauntlet fan, Gauntlet Legends specifically for this one because Sumner's Tower. So I named the Chimera Tail Sumner, and he kind of has his own entity. And I would say if more people saw, probably his own little fan base, because I know a few artists that have commented on the tail, and one specifically who really enjoyed the tail and the little bow tie. It was flattering, because I was like, it's nice to see somebody getting some love, and I've been adding him a lot more and more, because he's become sort of a little bit of a staple at this point. So now we're going to be getting to this part, which is the, oh god, I was trying to set the base tone for like the under fur, because fur, it can really, oh god, it's getting that like, it's getting the detail, keeping it soft and fluffy, and at the same time not like overly like mangled and gnarly, and it's just, it's especially with the peck area, it's like, because it's like trying to get them to be soft and detailed without making it feel like it's just long hair. It's at least for my Fursona, mostly the most of the hair is on the head and the little bit of the neck floof, but that's about it. I think I was already like getting really irritated with it. So yeah, I went with the, hey, you know, I'm gonna shade the the surrounding areas. And of course, going down a little bit more, you can see like I'm gonna be contouring the V line and the little thigh areas. So it's, yeah, that's always fun too, because I love the like the leg muscle shadowing and stuff. So, and I think I just did this because I was like, I'm gonna have to just get the, I think I was just tired of doing the fur at this point. I was just really trying to just see the shadowing and how I was gonna have it for a base, and then just do the fur afterwards where it was needed. And now getting to the scale part, as you can see, it's coming together a lot more. Most of the texturing work around each of what was just the plain bases of color is now getting filled in and flushed out, and yeah. It's funny, this portion of it with the little scales and stuff and the highlights, when I first started on DeviantArt, this is like, at this point, like what, 8 or 9 years ago? Or 7 or 8, I don't fucking remember. It's around 8. Scalies were actually my my most viewed, and I tried very hard to figure out how the hell I was going to be doing scalies and how to do the scales in general, and I tried different ways of doing the scale texturing. All right, and now coming to the end. So as you can see, this is pretty much the process of all of the highlights, the detail, and all of pretty much the rendering. The hair, I do love drawing hair. It's actually something I have gotten comments on, though I used to do highly detailed hair in the sense of like drawing each strand, like the black line, like old comic style, and usually I do like the highlights and shading within it to sort of give it like its body. But for this one, because everything was kind of going more on the soft side, I didn't want to just do each individual strand like that, and I kind of tried to blend it to where it was more on the subtle side for the back of the hair, and not something that was too highly textured to where it looked like it was out of style with the rest of it. But yeah, and here's the final product, and there's Sumner and the cemetery, and yeah. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I will be doing more. I've just been not feeling very well and been busy, and a lot of things have been coming up. And this video was even hard to get through because I was like, I'm not doing this while I'm in a bad mood. This is supposed to be something special and positive and motivating. But this is NiktanaArt. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, have a great week.